to our beloved guest speaker, Honorable Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, members of the Board of Regents who are here with us, our Faculty Regent, Lourdes Abadingo, Staff Regent, Razel Ramirez, and Student Regent, Krista Iris Melgarejo, UP Systems Vice President for Legal Affairs, Attorney Hector Dani Uy, UP Cebu Alumni Association President, Attorney Christine Ligta Salva, my associate deans, cluster chairs, faculty, admin staff, parents, and of course, my dear graduating students. Good afternoon. I welcome you all to the 77th Commencement Exercise of the University of the Philippines, Cebu, the 8th unit of the University of the Philippines system. It is truly a singular honor to have the Honorable Senator, my former teacher in the subject Special Proceedings in the College of Law in UP Diliman, as our commencement speaker today. I feel now like a student reciting in class again, being graded by my professor. The trainings we got in our College of Law days were really rigid, not only in terms of academics, but even the formal requirements we have to comply with, from dress code, coming in class on time, and how we have to deliver recitations standing. In fact, in some other subjects, we are made to continue to stand the whole class period if we do not know the answer to a question. So there are times when almost all members are seen standing in our criminal law class, when almost all of us came unprepared. This was part of our training on how to handle life once we go out into the real world. My dear graduates, you will need to sustain the learning process which we have started for you, as well as the knowledge you have imbibed in this school. But this all requires hard work and commitment. Any grand design will always translate into hard work. No matter how brilliant you are here inside the school, and even if you had graduated with highest honors, in the end, your success outside depends on hard work for you to be able to implement what you have learned here inside. There is no shortcut. It is when we look for a shortcut and quick fix formula that will lead us instead to failures and downfalls. As former U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell, the first African-American to ever hold such position, and a four-star general who formerly held the position as chairman of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff had said, "A dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work." So strive always for your continual improvement, for the real world is now like your laboratory where you can experiment to test the theories you have learned here inside. If you have dreamt to become a top-notch journalist, biologist, mathematician, political scientist, psychologist, then dear graduates, dream on. But in the real world, you have to do this with perseverance and sheer hard work. So dear parents, teachers, and staff, and of course you, my dear graduates, let us celebrate today the fruits of everyone's hard work through the beginning of a new journey. Let me now go to my introduction to our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker earned the degree Doctor of Laws in the United States. Dr. Miriam Defensor Santiago is a globally famous personality, because of her legal brilliance and courageous example in fighting corruption. She has brought honor to the Philippines in several ways. She was named one of the 100 most powerful women in the world by the Australian magazine. She was chosen as laureate of the Magsaysay Award for Government Service, known as the Asian equivalent of the Nobel Prize. She was cited for bold and moral leadership in cleaning up a graft-ridden government agency. Most recently, she obtained the highest number of votes from state parties during the 2011 election of judges of the International Criminal Court. She is the first Filipino and the first Asian from a developing country to be elected in the ICC. Dr. Santiago is one of the most intellectually brilliant leaders that our country has ever seen. She earned the degrees Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude, and Bachelor of Laws, cum laude, from the University of the Philippines. She went abroad and earned the graduate degrees of Master of Laws and Doctor of the Science of Jurisprudence from the University of Michigan. She finished the academic requirements for the degree Master of Arts in Religious Studies at the Mary Hill School of Theology. In UP, the perfect grade, as we all know, is flat 1. In her last undergraduate semester, Dr. Santiago earned the near perfect average grade of 1.1. And she finished her 4-year course in only 3.5 years. At the University of Michigan, she was a Barber Scholar and a DeWitt Fellow. She finished her master's degree in only 1 year and her doctorate in only 6 months. Our keynote speaker loves learning. She has done postdoctoral studies all over the world, including Oxford University, Cambridge University, Harvard University, University of California at Berkeley, Stanford University, and Academy of Public International Law at the Peace Palace, the seat of the International Court of Justice at The Hague in Netherlands. Dr. Santiago was class valedictorian at all levels: elementary, high school, and college. She made history in UP when she became the first female editor-in-chief of the famous student newspaper, Philippine Collegian, thus shattering a 50-year-old record of male dominance. She won as Best Debater in the annual UP Law Debate, where she was captain of the winning team. It is interesting that at the same time she held a campus beauty title. Not once, but twice. As the ROTC core sponsor. Dr. Santiago holds an amazing record of excellence in all 3 branches of government: judicial, executive, and legislative. She has been presiding judge of the Regional Trial Court at Quezon City, Immigration Commissioner, and a cabinet member as Agrarian Reform Secretary. She was legal officer of the UN in Geneva, Switzerland, and a consultant of the Philippine Embassy in Washington, D.C. In all three branches of government, she has been showered with awards for being outstanding, making her the most awarded public official in our country today. For example, she has received awards such as the Outstanding Young Men or TOYM, T-O-Y-M, the Outstanding Women in the Nation Service or TOWNS, and Most Outstanding Alumna in Law from UP. Dr. Santiago was a UP Law professor for some 10 years, teaching evening class after office hours. She has written some 30 books, many of which are very scholarly textbooks in law and the social sciences, well advanced of our time. She is considered the leading expert of her generation in constitutional law and in international law. In the Philippine Senate, where Dr. Santiago has served 3 terms, she has been fearless in exposing and naming criminal suspects in legislative investigations, such as those related to the ongoing Senate probe on the 10 billion pork barrel scam, the multi-billion illegal quitting industry, the 60 billion road users tax, the 218 million infomercials, and the 7 million Euro generals scandal. She has filed the highest number of bills and authored some of the most important laws, such as the Reproductive Health Act, the Sin Tax Law, Biofuels Law, the Renewable Energy Act, the Magna Carta for Women, the International Humanitarian Law, the Climate Change Act, the Anti-Bullying Act, and the International Convention Against Corruption. When she was a student in UP Law School, one magazine dubbed her Supergirl at the State University. She is probably the public official whose face has graced the highest number of magazine covers. She has been featured by famous international publications, including Newsweek, Time, and the New York Times. She has been called the Incorruptible Lady, the Platinum Lady, the Tiger Lady, the Dragon Lady, the Iron Lady of Asia, the Queen of Popularity Polls, and the undisputed campus heroine. But to her millions of fans, she is best known for the unique brand of charismatic leadership that media likes to call her Miriam Magic. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago.